30s. Could be some rain showers later on Monday. This is meteorologist Gary Best.
And now back in the second half of our 1 hour Newsmaker show this morning. We have in this half of the Newsmaker show Bryan O'Donovan, CEO of St. James Hospital. Bryan O'Donovan, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Well, so many things going on. You see it every time you drive past the construction, how amazingly fast they're moving. How are things going with the medical office buildings over there?
Things are going very well. Some of the painting is already going on. It's approximately 60,000 square feet of new programs that will be moving from other sites, and those programs that'll be moving is Hornell Primary Care with Dr. Ashdown's office, Dr. Rhonda Peterson. Our Express Care will convert into an urgent care, and we also have a lab draw station going there, our specialty clinic, and orthopedics and physical therapy, and a digital x-ray machine. So everything is really on target. We're looking at opening all of our programs the second and third week of December. So, all really exciting things for St. James and the community.
So it's Dr. Adrian Ashdown, Dr. Rhonda Peterson. Express Care becomes urgent care. You have orthopedics and some other things now. Will there be a difference between Express Care and urgent care, or the same basic thing, different name?
There is a difference between an Express Care and an urgent care. Our urgent care, we're able to call it now an urgent care because we'll have a digital x-ray machine for our patients. Currently, we haven't had that. So it's a big convenience for our patients to be able to be seen, and if they need an x-ray, we can do it on site.
Urgent care, will that be 24/7 or certain office hours?
Yeah, urgent care will have set office hours. I believe it's 10 to 8. And then obviously a higher level of care, we have our emergency department open 24 hours a day.
Okay. Now you're 5 or 6 weeks away from the opening.
We are.
And you've got a ribbon cutting coming up November 29th.
Yes, we have a community ribbon cutting on November 29th at 10 a.m. Following that ribbon cutting, which will probably be pretty short due to the cold environment, we have an open house, and we'd really love for the community, if they're able to attend, to come and walk through all of these new clinics. There will be some refreshments and that type of thing, but I think it's just an excellent way for the community to come and see what we have built for them and the future of healthcare in Hornell.
Talking with St. James CEO Bryan O'Donovan. Your thoughts on St. James and your thoughts and observations on the medical care that you've seen there.
The medical care has been fantastic. What we're trying to do is grow our services, and so right now I've heard from the community, and I've seen what some of the needs are, such as podiatry, another ENT physician. So I've really been working very closely with our U of R affiliates to try and recruit these physicians that we need. A big focus of St. James also has been in patient experience, and we've done a lot of things from a cultural standpoint at St. James to really to focus on our patients and make all of our care patient-centric.
Now you say that people you would like to see podiatry and ENT, ear, nose, and throat?
Yes.
Okay. And St. James... known for its great emergency room services and great surgical department there. You have 2 new surgeons there at St. James working with Dr. Collins.
Yes, we have 2 new general surgeons, Drs. Bryan Watkins and Dr. Adam Basler. We also have added a 3rd surgeon for orthopedics from University of Rochester, in Dr. Mark O'Donnell, who started seeing patients with us about 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's terrific. Talking with St. James CEO Bryan O'Donovan. And no lack of great doctors at St. James there.
Not at all. We have some fantastic physicians and providers, and I'm looking to how do we expand that and expand our clinical services to serve the needs of our community, so we can keep our community right here in Hornell.
Was talking recently with Hornell Mayor John Buckley about the old St. James, as we call it, and the new St. James. Now, Mayor Buckley said he's been in talks with Trinity Health on what's going to happen to the, we call it the old St. James, the current location on Canisteo and Van Scooter there. Did you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, so Mayor Buckley and myself have talked with Trinity Health and relayed a couple of concerns in terms of what the future is of the old hospital, the current hospital now on Canisteo Street. And they do have plans. We may see it on the market in a couple of months here. They're going to probably try to sell it. And then also, they have assured us if they are not able to sell it, they will not leave that hospital unattended in the middle of Hornell. So Trinity Health is aware of some of the conversations and the community concerns, and we've brought those to their attention.
Now, does the possibility of demolishing the old or current site once they've moved into the new site there in the old Kmart Plaza, is the possibility of demolishing the building in the talks?
I wouldn't rule anything out. I think all options at this point are on the table.
Okay. Talking with Bryan O'Donovan, St. James CEO, and as we said, St. James is known for so many great departments. Wondering, how is the census these days as far as the number of patients at the hospital?
Our census is quite vibrant. We've had lots of ED visits, which translate into admissions. So St. James overall is doing well. We're entering flu season right now, so we're trying to maintain and keep obviously our patients and our staff very healthy.
And you said what kind of what kind of visits?
Our emergency department visits are doing very well, and oftentimes those translate into admissions to the hospital.
Okay. Bryan O'Donovan, our guest this morning on the Newsmaker Show. Going to take a quick break, check the forecast. Football season is here, so call Pizza King for your football or holiday party. Pizza King in Hornell's been serving up your favorites since 1976. Favorites such as pizza, wings, strombolis, calzones, and more. Call and ask for one of their big pizza or wing combos. No party is too big. Call Pizza King, 607-324-2215.
It's going to be dry and cool through today with periods of clouds and sun. High temperature, about 45 this afternoon. Some clouds during tonight. We drop down to 30. Now, during the day on Friday, cloudy and breezy. Initially chilly with a mix of rain and wet snow. Then it's all rain and 40s during the afternoon. Rain showers, though, could switch over to snow showers on Friday night as we turn cold again, down around 32. Only 30s on Saturday. A lot of clouds, breezy, maybe some flurries around, partly sunny and cold on Sunday in the upper 30s. Could be some rain showers later on Monday. This is meteorologist Gary Best.
And we're talking with St. James Hospital CEO Bryan O'Donovan this morning on the Newsmaker Show. So the medical office building there, on the new medical office building there, which is right next to the hospital in the old Kmart Plaza, as we keep calling it.
Yeah, 7309 Seneca Road North. That's correct.
That's terrific. And you say Dr. Ashdown's office will be moving up there, and Dr. Peterson's. The Express Care turns into urgent care, orthopedics. And what else will be up there in the...
Therapy will also be moving up there.
Physical therapy will be moving?
Yep, we'll have a lab draw station. We'll actually have, until the hospital opens, we'll have 2 lab draw stations. One at our current 411 Canisteo Street at St. James, and we'll also have a lab draw station, a blood draw station, in the new medical office building.
Well,
opening our specialty suite, multi-specialty suite, which is adjacent right now to Dr. Ashdown's practice, is also moving up there, and we'll have general surgery, neurosurgery, our neurology, cardiology, and our ENT clinic, our gastroenterology, medical oncology, and our heart and vascular electrophysiology clinic that will all be moving into the same suite. So that's really exciting to have multiple programs co-located at one clinic.
Bryan O'Donovan, will any of the old offices left in the Elm Street location be left there on Elm Street?
They will not. All of the St. James practices will be relocating.
And that'll be happening in the next 5-6 weeks.
Yes, the second and third week of December, all of our programs will be moving. The one program that will be opening, which is really exciting, and we're working with other affiliates, is our Women's Imaging Center will be opening in April or May. We're still in the medical office building. We're still working on floor plans and that type of thing. So there'll be more information that comes out later about this.
Now, what goes into a transition from moving a medical office building? I'm just guessing here. You got two basic things you got to move: your medical equipment and then your medical files. Although with the electronic filing system, does that make that any easier?
It does and it doesn't, because we have to develop servers to support all of our programs at the new medical office building. We're going on Epic, which is the electronic medical record that U of R uses for our ambulatory programs in the clinic. A lot of the moving, it certainly can be challenging. Most of the equipment is actually brand new, so it will be delivered right to the medical office building. But there's lots of nuances and moving parts when it comes to moving clinics. The majority of the clinics will be moving overnight, and we'll have a day or two to move out of the old clinic and into the new. There's been lots of, probably hundreds of hours on planning for all of these moves, and I'm sure not everything will go perfectly, but we always have plan B, C, and D in the mix.
What'll be new as far as medical equipment and medical technology goes? I know we've talked about this before, and I think we talked about this when Dr. Spencer Annabelle was in the studio as well. But what'll be new medical technology-wise at the new St. James office medical building?
Sure. So all of the patient support clinical equipment, such as Dynamaps that do blood pressures and vitals, that'll all be brand new. Some of the other things, a digital X-ray will be brand new, as I had mentioned, that will go with the urgent care and the orthopedics clinic. And that digital X-ray provides higher quality of images, so our radiologists are able to read that, and our physicians. And then overall, exam room tables, some of the equipment that we have had is outdated, and so we've purchased new equipment for the majority of these clinics. A big push for us, or what I think is really exciting, is when the new hospital is open in 2020, we'll have a brand new fixed MRI as well as CT. So imaging equipment really is coming into the 21st century here, and that's very exciting.
Just looking over on the new stjames.com, new two-story, 87,000 square foot St. James Hospital will feature 15 inpatient beds, emergency department with 8 treatment rooms and 4 observation rooms, surgical suite with 2 operating rooms, 2 procedure rooms, 15 new pre and post surgery rooms. That seems like probably, I'm guessing, a lot more than the old St. James building has on Canasteo Street.
Yeah, for the operating room, actually those 2 procedure rooms can also convert into another 2 operating rooms, so we have 4 operating rooms total. We actually designed a new infusion suite as well, and right now it's in our inpatient unit.
Is that for the cancer patients?
It's not only for the cancer patients, it's also for iron infusions and other types of infusions, medicine infusions. And so the new hospital is really it's starting to really come together. If you haven't driven by it, perhaps you can see it on November 29th at 10 a.m. But we're really excited about this new hospital. I mean, there's a lot of good things going in there, and it's really built with the patient experience in mind and for clinical efficiency. So we're very excited about this new hospital.
So much in the works, and it has been for a long time, but it's come together so quickly. Were you amazed at how fast the construction teams were able to work, Bryan?
I was. So I've been a part of many construction projects, some large, some small, and FSI has just done a fantastic job. There have been a lot of people involved in this project, and I'm really proud of how the teams have come together. We had a pretty short time frame to get this done, and everything right now. I was just there on Monday with some board members, and everything is really coming together. So my hat's off to all involved. This has really been a true team effort to get this building going.
Now, St. James, reading from the new St. James website, the newstjames.com, talks about how St. James was awarded $54.9 million from the state back in 2016 to cover the construction costs associated with building a new hospital and implementing a new electronic health record system. And then it notes that back in July 2017, the state announced an additional $7.9 million for the new hospital project. Now, when he's on talking about politics and the governor's race, Steuben County Democrat Chairman Sean Hogan, the longtime mayor of Hornell, always gives credit to Governor Andrew Cuomo for helping come through on that. And the governor's critics, in a sense, confirm that when they say that, and I'm talking about critics out of Albany, they always say nothing happens without the governor say so. And so Sean would tell us that the governor had, Sean tells us, and I'm sure he's right, that Governor Andrew Cuomo had a lot to do with coming through with this grant money for St. James.
Yeah, absolutely. The Department of Health, New York State, has really been phenomenal. I've only been here for 4 months, but coming through with the funding, I think, is a true testament to their commitment to Hornell and rural health care. The state Department of Health has really, we meet with them every couple of weeks, and they're extremely supportive of St. James and of the Hornell community.
And you are medicine, I'm guessing. The officials from the University of Rochester are in close contact with you as well. Can you share anything that they've said about the construction, the hospital, plans for the future?
Absolutely. The University of Rochester has been very involved with the medical office building as well as the hospital, and are on the steering committees as well as other planning committees. So U of R has been very involved from day one about regarding this project. So they're very excited about this. We'll have a couple of folks from the U of R at the event to speak. We'll also have our board members at the ribbon cutting on November 29th at 10 as well. So this has really been a collaborative effort and really a teamwork approach with the University of Rochester and the Department of Health.
And Bryan O'Donovan, St. James CEO, we're down to the last couple of minutes. Was there anything I didn't bring up that you wanted to talk about?
I think the only thing I really want to emphasize is the hospital in early 2020 will be opening. The construction is really moving along now. The hospital is starting to take shape. I believe they're going to pour the asphalt in the next couple of weeks. So it's really, the curbing was up when I was there Monday. So it's really it's great to be able to look at something and you see something tangible in front of you. And the hospital that we're in certainly has a long storied history. But I'm really looking forward to moving to our new hospital. There will be lots to do, over the next 12, 14 months. But we have a fantastic team here, and really looking forward to having the ribbon cutting, in 12, 14 months or 14, 16 months for the community to walk through a brand new hospital. I believe the last time a new hospital was built was 100 plus years ago, so this is really a celebratory event. So thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Bryan O'Donovan, St. James CEO, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.